welcome to the channel. We will be looking at maintenance and small repairs on a deep cycle lead acid battery today. Commonly, these are used for forklifts and off-grid power systems. You can see we're talking about big battery blocks, not the ones used for common cars. And this system is running since about 7 years. To ensure optimal lifetime of your deep cycle lead acid batteries, you should do maintenance at least once every half year to a year. The battery here has not been maintained for about 11 months. From afar it looks still clean, however upon close inspection you can see the sulfation on a few connections. I tried to do my best and get some close-up views. You can see here there is quite a bunch of sulfation that formed. Initially, sulfation will be green, but over time it can take all sorts of colors. While it is green, it is usually still rather easy to remove. Once it turns brownish and black, it becomes very solid. For an idea of the size, this battery block has 1250 ampere hours at 24 volts. I use this as my main battery block. The battery block over to the right is not completely assembled yet, as I'm lacking the proper container to house the cells. This one is 760 ampere hours at 24 volts. I'm using it mainly as backup. Having a look at it, it seems this one has a lot less sulfation. Then again, it also does a lot less work and generally only maintains a float charge. You can see there's a little bit of sulfation, but not really much. The battery in the yellow containers are lead acid too, but instead of water they use gel. These require a lot less maintenance overall. For safety, before we start doing anything on the battery, we will be disconnecting all the connections. First, by turning the fuses from the inverter and all the solar charge controllers off. Next, we physically disconnect the battery from the system by separating the connection plugs. In this system, each inverter and each charge controller has its own connection plug. If you're interested in how my complete off-grid power system works, I'll leave a link down in the description for you. After disconnecting all the plugs, we will start to remove the screws that hold each connection. For this job, I'm using a standard socket wrench to loosen the screw. A few turns with the wrench and it should be no problem to do the rest by hand. You can see the first connections on the top are still nice. However, more downwards to the pole, more and more sulfation shows. Looking at the last connection, you can see it's all over the cable lock. These connections need to be repaired and properly cleaned. I'm gonna do a quick close-up here so you guys can see. As it is very hard to show the actual pole on the battery properly with the video camera, I made a photo after cleaning the first layer of sulfation off. Here you can clearly see the hard, solid brown layer around the pole. Now comes the fun part, using a screwdriver to remove the sulfation around the connections. The size of screwdriver I use was chosen on purpose. It requires quite some force to break some of the solid layers. In case the screwdriver slips out of my hand, this short length will not short circuit any connection and cause danger. Alternatively, you can of course use a screwdriver for electric works that comes with isolation. The stuff coming off is toxic and in small particles. I highly recommend using safety goggles and wear a face mask. Acid sulfation is not a great thing to have in your eyes. Health is important, try not to harm yours. Work precise and work with caution. The rubber protections are easily damaged. The amount of time you need to do this cleaning depends on the salvation of your battery. A 1 to 2 hour time slot is a reasonable approach for a full battery. This process we will be doing for any and all connections of the battery. After cleaning all the connections, cover them well in battery fat before reconnecting them. This will help to reduce future salvation. Before we finish up with part 1 of our repair and maintenance video, I would like to point to the left. You will see 2 fire extinguishers in close proximity to the solar system. In case something were to go wrong and the fire breaks out, it's always great to have things ready. With that, have a great day and make it count.